Om Nithyananda
Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadilakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam. Welcoming all the viewers, those who are watching us live through Nithyananda TV, Kailasa TV, Hinduism Now TV, through Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and through Enlightened app. Once again, welcoming all of you for this segment of Morning Satsang. As we have finished today, worldwide happening a weekend workshop, Diksha into Power Manifestation, successfully all around the world. People participated in various centers, and Swamiji gave Diksha to all of them. So now we are moving to the next weekend. Of course, we'll be having many more people, those who wanted to take Diksha. And if you are still thinking how you can do it, you have chance to register for the next weekend, which is Diksha into Power Manifestation. So make sure you are registering for Diksha into Power Manifestation. One thing which, before we move ahead, let us see what Swamiji shared yesterday with all of us. One of the most powerful cognition. That was something which is amazing. But we need to understand what exactly happens with us. Why are we constantly frightened in life? We always have fear of something. Fear of money, fear of losing health, fear of losing loved ones, fear of losing relationships, fear of losing your beauty, fear of losing job, etc., etc. If we see all that fears, it boils down to fear of death. Whether you have a fear of losing your own body or people around you, ultimately it comes as a death. But what Swamiji shared with us yesterday, the powerful cognition, that will just liberate you from the fear of death. Swamiji said, death is nothing but a reboot, just a refresh. If we just understand that this is death, is actually a conscious resource from Sri Kailasa. It's a conscious resource for all of us to reboot ourselves. Just this cognition will liberate you. Usually what happens with us, when we see results in our life, we decide whether we are right or wrong. And constant some agitation always goes on in us. But we forget that deep down there is something called Paramashanta Swarupa inside us. Swamiji said, agitation and Paramashanta, the Paramashanta Swarupa, the peace, both are together. It's not one after the other, but both are happening inside us. If we really have to judge a situation whether something is going right or wrong, always see the agitation which is happening inside you. Then decide whether it's right or wrong. Ultimately, when you have that cognition, you'll be simply liberated from the fear you are having. Fear happens because the moment you see result, you try to decide whether it's right or wrong. But this simple cognition that you are Paramashanta Swarupa simply liberates you from all that fear. And death becomes as simple as one refresh, a reboot. So like literally you're just out of all the agitation, all the fear which you're having in life. So with this powerful cognition, let us start our day and see what exciting things we are having in this particular segment. And a lot of depth and the amount of harassment and persecution happened on us. Before we move ahead, I would like to introduce all the panelists who have joined us today for this segment. We are having Manitya Bhaktikananda Swami in the panel, Manitya Prabhananda Swami, Manyanatma Swami, and Nithyananda and Tattvapriya, welcoming all the panelists for this segment. The very first thing, I wanted to invite Manyanatma Swami to come forward and share some of the very exciting things which are happening in Nithyananda Sangha worldwide. The celebration, despite of all the persecution which is happening. So I would like to call, without a delay, Manyanatma Swami to come forward and share with us.
Nithyanandam, dear viewers. The contributions of His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, in the field of humanity, in the field of superconscious breakthrough, services, in the field of education, healthcare, offering nutritious food, spiritual healing, education, research, and list goes on and on and on. It is because of this contribution, he has been the prime target of the anti-Hindu elements, who understand his possibility, who understand the contribution, the transformation that he can bring about to humanity today. In spite of relentless, persistent persecution on him, in spite of the relentless, persistent persecution on His Divine Holiness, the contributions of his mission has only been increasing and increasing and increasing. And today, we want to present to you some of the contributions that his organization, his mission, Sri Kailasa, has done to the world during the auspicious Thaipusam festivities, not just in India, but also in Malaysia. Thaipusam, just to give a small introduction, is a festival celebrated for Lord Subramanya, the second son of Lord Paramashiva, who is born out of the third eye of Paramashiva. And he is born, one of the important reasons for his birth was to destroy the demon Tarakasura. And for Subramanya, when he goes to wage the war to destroy the demon and re-establish the righteousness on the planet Earth, because he was born purely out of the third eye of Paramashiva, the Devi adds her component to him by giving the veil. The Shakti component gets added to Subramanya in the form of the veil, that spear. So the Devi blesses him and gives him that spear. So the day Lord Subramanya receives that spear and receives the blessings of Devi, is celebrated all over the world as Thaipusam. And as you may be aware, there are 6 main temples. It's called Arupadai Veedu. 6 main temples where Subramanya, the main 6 main shrines and temples for Subramanya in Tamil Nadu called Arupadai Veedu. And we also have that in Malaysia, the Arupadai Veedu for Lord Subramanya. So the Thaipusam celebrations are celebrated grandly in these places. Sri Kailasa in Tamil Nadu and Sri Kailasa in Malaysia participated in offering free spiritual healing, offering free food, free Annadaan for all the devotees who came for Thaipusam in both Tamil Nadu and Malaysia. First, I would like to share with all the viewers what really happened during the Thaipusam in Malaysia. But before that, I just wanted to bring to attention, it is during the Thaipusam celebration happened when the organization, the Sangha, Swamiji is going through such relentless attack, media persecution, hate speech, warfare. And even at this time, it is so easy for someone to stop all the charitable activities and saying, okay, no, we are going through so much persecution. But an avatar only increases his contribution to humanity more and more and more and more. And previously, last year, we always did the Thaipusam festivities, the services in Malaysia in maybe 2 or 3 or 4 places. And this time, in spite of the persecution, the contribution that Nithyananda Sangha and Sri Kailasa has done to the people of Malaysia happened across 6 temples, all the Revered of Lord Subramania in Malaysia and in Tamil Nadu. Let us now watch a short video showing the Thaipusam festivities, the contributions of Sri Kailasa and Malaysia towards humanity and towards devotees of who came to offer their worship to Lord Subramania in Malaysia.
மனுஷன் தான் முருகனோட அவதாரம், வீரத்தை
Yes. So how beautifully, whether it is Annadaan or whether it is offering spiritual healing or setting up a temple, the contributions of Swamiji and Sri Kailasa to humanity is only increasing more and more and more. And this time we had in Malaysia, in all the 6 Arapadai, we had our booth where our volunteers relentlessly cooked food, served food, and offered healing. And not just in Malaysia, even in Tamil Nadu, across all the 6 main temples of Lord Subramania, Annadanam was offered. And this was just right after the main Kumbhabhishekam of the Brihadishwara temple, where our team had gone and offered the Annadaan. Right from there, they moved on to the Thaipusam celebrations and continued the offering of Annadaan, spiritual healing. You can now see some pictures of the services offered during Thaipusam. In Malaysia, more than 23,000 people were served nutritious food. So Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations effort for nutritious and hunger-free world, nutritious food and hunger-free world continues to offer its services to humanity through its NGOs around the world. And the pictures of Tamil Nadu, you can now see the Thaipusam celebrations in Tamil Nadu. The pictures you can see, we served Annadaan to Tamil Nadu to more than 8,000 people in Swami Malai, Swami Temple in Swami Malai, in Subramania Swami Temple in Tiruttani, in Balamurugan Swami Temple in Hosur, Baladandayithapani Temple in Palani, Balamurugan Swami Temple in Tirupparangundaram, and Sendilvel Murugar Temple in Tiruchendur. Across all these temples, the services, Annadaan, healing were offered. Bhagavad Gita books were distributed. So you can see the pictures on the screen, the different services offered by Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations in Tamil Nadu on the auspicious occasion of Thaipusam. The contributions to humanity, the spiritual healing, what Swamiji wants to offer to the world, in spite of the relentless persecution, continues in larger and larger and larger scales. More and more NGOs are coming together to offer their support and becoming a part of the Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations, seeing the contributions Swamiji is doing to humanity. And not just for Thaipusam, even the Paurnami. Every month we have a grand Paurnami celebrations in Swamiji's birth town of Tiruvannamalai. I now invite Manitya Bhaktikananda Swami to share the services, the humanitarian efforts Sri Kailasa is doing for the devotees coming for the Paurnami Girivallam in Tiruvannamalai.
Nithyanandam. The devotees from the devotees who serve the Annadaan at the Brihadishwara temple in Tanjore actually split themselves in 2 groups. And one group went for the Annadaan in the 6 Muruga temples for Thaipusam, and one group came to Tiruvannamalai where the Paurnami celebrations were going on, because this time Thaipusam and Paurnami came on the same day. So the group split in 2, and just now you witnessed the Thaipusam, Annadaan and various services. And now you're going to see, as I talk, the photographs and videos from the grand Paurnami celebrations and all the spiritual seva and activities that happened in Tiruvannamalai here. Our monastery is located in the mountain path around the sacred Arunachala hill, where lakhs of devotees of Arunachaleshwara, of Paramashiva himself, come around the sacred Arunachala hill, because the hill is an embodiment, is the form of Paramashiva himself. The hill is Paramashiva in mountain form. So therefore, every full moon night, which we're referring to as Paurnami, lakhs of people gather and circumambulate the Arunachala hill. And our monastery is located in the circumambulation path, the mountain path. So therefore, it is a big mela every Paurnami in our monastery here in Tiruvannamalai. Our gates are open for a non-stop marathon services in various dimensions. The main dimension being the free food, organic and sattvic food for all the lakhs of devotees who enter the Adinam, the monastery. And of course, this time there was one more event happening parallelly, which was the weekend Atmaling, the Diksha into Power Manifestation initiation, which you're seeing in front of you. So we had an exclusive group of people attending the program in parallel with the Paurnami celebrations. And here you can see those photographs now. Now you're seeing the lakhs of people entering and receiving spiritual healing with the Atma Linga, the pure crystal, the pure Spatika Linga, which is given to all the devotees, initiated disciples who attend the weekend Power Manifestation initiation program. So here you're seeing once again the weekend program that is happening. Free food Annadaan is being offered for all the program participants, and the Samaya Diksha is in progress, where after receiving the initiation from Swamiji, the initiates receive their sacred thread and the Spatika Linga. And here you're continuing to see spiritual healing, Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for yogic sciences, where spiritual healing is an ancient yogic science, and Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for mental health and development, where the lakhs of people entering receive spiritual guidance and solution for all their mental and physical and spiritual upliftment. And you can now continue to see videos of the same, of the Marathon Annadaan, where non-stop, literally for 48 hours, the Annadaan is served to the people entering the monastery. And the Pratyaksha Murti, Swamiji's deity, will continuously giving darshan to all the people who visit the monastery at this time. And not only that, the satsangs of Swamiji in Tamil, since the program happens in Tamil Nadu, is continuously played for the lakhs of people who enter the monastery at this time. And they sit and watch, stand and watch, and spend literally the whole night. Some of them spend there watching the satsangs which are played continuously, one after the other. So we have free food, which is being served continuously. We have spiritual healing given. We have mental and spiritual counseling given for physical, spiritual, and mental upliftment. And we have the continuous darshan of Swamiji through the Pratyaksha Murti, the deity. And we have continuous satsangs, the spiritual discourses of Swamiji, played one after the other, offering the profound, powerful cognitions from Sanatana Hindu Dharma for the people. And the people are so excited about the Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations effort of Bhagwan, the Avataric mission, and the formation of the Sri Kailasa only Hindu nation in the world. They're very excited about it, and so many of them have expressed their desire to somehow make it to Sri Kailasa, and they're so proud of having this as the only Hindu nation as on date, which is so essential, because Hinduism is not merely a religion, it is the enlightenment science being offered to the whole world. You can see in front of you the scores of people who are continuously visiting the Adinam during the Paurnami's full moon night celebrations. You can see the Pratyaksha Murti at a distance giving the darshan to the people, and Swamiji's satsangs on the huge LED screen. It's a big mela. It is like a mini Kumbh Mela that happens every full moon night in Tiruvannamalai, especially inside our monastery, which is the only monastery on the mountain path that serves non-stop food from the start of time till the end of time of full moon night celebrations, and offers so many multivarious spiritual activities inside the monastery, all under one roof. Yes. So we invite every one of you to be part of this Paurnami celebrations every month in Tiruvannamalai Monastery, and also please be part of the weekend programs that are happening continuously here, and receive your Spatika Linga, the pure Spatika Linga, which I'm just showing you right now. with which you can become a powerful healer to yourself and to humanity at large. We have people queuing up relentlessly to receive the healing from this powerful crystal, this Spatika Linga, which has been initiated and infused with energy and given by beloved Bhagavan freely for the whole of humanity. So do not miss these weekend programs. Make it next weekend at least. Nithyanandam.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's so amazing to see that despite of so much persecution, the harassment, the abuse, the brutal attacks are happening, Swamiji is not stopping his contribution to the world. He's just keep on offering. That took no compromise in food. Pure, organic, sattvic food. And as we all see, just in one day, just in a day of Thaipusam, so many people were served pure sattvic meals. And all the sannyasis, all the volunteers, all the devotees, day and night, they were awake, standing there, serving people. But it is really important to see the real faces, what exactly happens when Swamiji is doing such contribution. Because of his persistence to serve humanity, anti-Hindus are not stopping their brutal attacks on Swamiji. Constant attacks has been happening right from 2010 to now. We need to see the depth with which anti-Hindus are attacking. And I have today someone who has really gone through from 2010, who witnessed the attack which happened in 2010, attack which happened now, which is still going on. I would like to invite Ma Prabha Swami to come and share what exactly she felt when she saw everything happen in front of her eyes in 2010. And now when it happened on Swamiji directly, and now also when they have attacked Swamiji, similar fashion, it exactly happened in a similar way, the way they did in 2010. I wanted Ma Prabha Swami to share with all of us what exactly she feels about it.
Bhaktipriya, while we're waiting for Ma Prabha Swami to join us, we really need to help the people understand here that the contributions of Bhagavan through the Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations effort is Herculean, colossal, and which has been going on with recorded evidence since the last 20 years. In spite of the persecution that is happening, the level at which the persecution is happening, any other normal organization or normal movement would have closed down operations global. That is the level of persecution that is happening. But here, you won't believe it, in Thiruvannamalai, so many people share that they can't even imagine that contributions are going on at this grand level, with so much of effort, when so much of persecution is going on, because they're tracking media closely, they're tracking social media closely. People are understanding the level of persecution against us. And when they come and see the contributions, it is like a hit on their face. It is really a rude shock and a pleasant shock at that, when they try to put the two together and they are just not able to match it. How it is possible to continue the contributions on the face of such a huge persecution. So really what is here, again and again, it is a strong reminder to the people that what is going on is a divine mission, without which this cannot really happen. So much cannot happen when such a huge persecution is going on. And the people are starting to share that publicly, that they understand and recognize that it is a divine mission which can never be stopped. But it has to be borne, but that is the sacrifice done by the incarnation himself and all the initiated disciples and devotees and sannyasis worldwide.
Absolutely, Ma. I wanted Ma Prabha Swami, now she's available, Ma Prabha Swami. We really wanted to hear what you feel when you have seen this from 2010 to now.
Nithyanandama. Thank you. Yes, I have been with Swamiji and the Sangha since year 2003, and I witnessed the attack on us. 2010, the massive attack. Again, it repeated in 2019. It is so painful. It is really painful to see the people that we trust again and again and again being part of our family in the Sangha. They misuse the trust that we give, the trust that Swamiji gave. Constantly taking advantage, misusing the space that Swamiji is giving, opening the Kailasa to everyone. It was, the word that is coming is like backstabbing us. After living with us, in 2010, again, I was the first 10 in the part of the conspiracy. First people who Swamiji allowed to live literally all the administration, giving the trust to always Swamiji see into the possibility of the person, the good side of the person. This is how our community, our Sangha is. Always see the good side, give the possibility, the growth, the possibility. But they take advantage and completely misuse the trust, the space that we allow, that Swamiji gives to us. In this case, Janardhan Sharma. I cannot believe how much Swamiji allowed the whole family to live here. How much Swamiji raised the kids. The kids, it's their own kids. We grew up as a family, and seeing this is happening now, destroying not the name of one daughter, destroying the whole Gurukul. I cannot believe how can a parent, so-called a parent, can do this.
So, Mom, when you are seeing this, I know you were like throughout when this whole persecution was happening, you were there. We really wanted to know the details, the way the whole attack happened, because still most of us, those who are not there, we have not heard the real stories. We have only seen what media has projected. We have only seen what, until when Nithyanandita was there. But we have not seen what exactly happened every single day. How we have been treated, how children was abused, harassed, how sannyasis were abused and harassed. We really wanted to hear exactly what happened every single day, what was happening in Yogini Sarvangapita.
Yes, Ma. I was there throughout the attack in Yogini Sarvangapita, Gujarat. The day it happened, the first day, we didn't know anything. It was around 9 o'clock, late night. A group of people, men, with so much noise, standing outside of our gate. Again, this is a Yogini Sarvanyapita female campus with Balasans. A big crowd making noise and shouting. We didn't know what was happening. What did we do? Why is this crowd gathered? Just like that, at late hours, weekend, just right where there's no offices open the very next day. And they were there claiming, saying, we are from CWC, Child Welfare Community. We got a report, kids here not safe, we want to come and check. At this hour, and okay, who are you? Can you show us any evidence? Any letter and court orders, anything? Nothing. They did not have anything. The minute we ask, believe me or not, this is the truth. I cannot believe what I witnessed. At that time when we asked for an evidence or order or anything, they go and got a paper out of the car and writing a note and showing to us, this is it. And around close to midnight, they just broke open the gate, just kicked open the gate, huge crowd just walking towards the building. They walked towards the building and so much noise. Here our kids are sleeping midnight. our sannyasini, that is that our time in our private space. We are here always with the community, serving them, doing puja, meditation, healing, yoga. And that's the night is the one time they have a small private space in the room. All the girls were sleeping. Again, with the assistant, escort with the police, huge crowd, stranger, along with Jonathan Sharma, his wife. We were in our own very home. It was just, I want to say, it was just hijacked our place completely. And they broke open the second gate to the building. At that time, just the men, about 40, 50 men, ran up to the stairs. First floor is where we live. Ground floor, where we have our classrooms for the children and our offices. They went up to the first floor, completely stopping all the parents, sannyasinis who are still awake, and also the mentor, Gurukul mentor, kids who always be daily being with them. I'm one of the Gurukul mentor of Nithyananda Gurukul. They just stop all of us. Here suddenly, can you imagine, ma? Kids are sleeping, do not know what. Suddenly there's a bunch of men where never had such situation. They feel safe in their home. Huge crowd of men in their room, making noise, pushed in, and that is the space. You don't know how the kids are sleeping, how the female monk, sannyasinis or swamis are sleeping, and what clothes they're wearing. Here they just pushed open, go there and making noise, making what type of child welfare community is giving protection here? What safety are they coming and checking?
Call even that use the word protection even a bit over here. They're harassing, like this is a brutal harassment. Because see, one thing is like as a child welfare committee, they are supposed to be 10 times more protective about children than like any other normal people. At least they're expected to be so. But this is ridiculous. Like I am just not able to digest what you're telling, because what is shown in the media is completely different from what happens there as reality.
Actually, I remember with this first CWC incident, Prabhaswami, like when you were sharing this, like on the ground, whatever you were experiencing is what the police were telling me, using my name. They were telling that they were, first of all, they knew I was not there. Yes. The day I left in police station, because more than anyone in the Sangha, I was first in touch with the police and her. So continuously I was like in touch with them, and what they would say is, oh, we have to search in the name of searching for you. The CWC officials have come. That's what they're saying. They're searching for you. I'm like, I'm not there. What are you searching for me? What? And if you want to investigate about me, they told that they wanted to know my whereabouts, and that's why they were talking to the children. That's what the police is saying. And in the name, if they want to search for me, why were the children shown abusive content? Why were the parents and teachers not allowed? I am saying here, I am not there. It is like they're saying they're searching for me. I'm saying I'm not there. There's no point of searching for me over there.
Actually, we were on continuous video calls with the police, and we were continuously, actually at that point of a time, I was sharing my location with the police continuously. I was telling them where we both were continuously for quite some period of time. We both were sharing our whereabouts. Despite of that, see, the main problem here is, until and unless people come and share on Nithyananda TV, we also do not know what is happening in the Sangha, because we are not in touch with the Sangha. So we do not know what happens over there. Yes. It's only that one invite we get, and we come and join in this panel, and we come and share whatever we wanted to share on that day. So apart from that, we do not know what is actually happening over there. So the police used to ask us as if like they're only asking us for information, there's nothing happening to the Adinavasis there. We never knew that like after 2-3 days only, when people came and shared in Nithyananda TV, we got to know so much harassment had happened to our parents.
Absolutely, ma. It was harassment. It was abuse completely. Okay? Let's say even if they didn't know you were there, they already checked the first day, they came and everything. It did not stop there. Every day, every night, some man, some stranger, hundreds, literally 80 to 100 officers, police officers, and strangers, again, they are not in uniform. You can see some of the clips they're going to show. They like completely no. When we asked for ID, we were all like pushed aside. Anytime we question anything, they say, "You're not cooperating." Everything they ask, every time they want to see anybody, everything we cooperated complete, and they shout at us. Anything we go and protect our kids, they literally pushed us aside. Men, officers, big guys, they just shout and scream. It was absolutely abusive to the children, especially every night. They're very home. They brought the feeling it is not safe. Suddenly, a safe place, such an ambience where we have a temple ambience, beautifully running classes, dance classes, so many life skills, and such a beautiful family. How beautiful is that? Why I stayed with Yogini Sarvaj Peter was beautiful coming. All of a sudden, it was a nightmare, disaster. Every night, ma, literally every night, people are coming in, stranger. We wouldn't know. We will be like, oh God, now what? Oh God, sound. Okay, kids, get in, be careful, safe. Where are the kids? Are you in the bathroom? We had to lock them up. They call them
you're saying like every day they used to come, but what was the reason for doing it every day? I mean, and what was the time? Like it is always a night time? Why they will? Because what media is projecting is like, we are not cooperating. Or the whole thing is like that we have done some crime to the children. But actually what is happening when you are explaining, it's more of they are harassing every night when they are coming to the, coming in the night and sorry?
Yes. I'm telling, I'm able to even remember that their PSI Rana, he was the one who was investigating the.
Yes.
Like how everybody is seeing on the screen, those many men were in the campus. So even on the day I was there, that's how it was. After that, Rana calls. Continuously, we were on calls. I have released even in my YouTube channel the recordings of the calls with him. In my initial calls, where I did not really doubt them, I thought at least they will understand because that's how they used to talk to me. They used to tell, no ma'am, don't worry, I will take care of all of that. And when I spoke to Rana, he told me, he is asking me, if you do not come or if you do not tell where you are, then we have to investigate. I told you, do whatever you want, I am afraid. Of my parents, I do not want to tell. After that, in the name of searching for me and trying to trace me, Rana and the entire police group snatched so many devices from sannyasis. He said they are going to track you from the other devices. I'm like, what are you talking? What nonsense? Because absolutely sannyasis were not at all relevant to this. It is between Janardhan and me and Swamiji.
Actually, the day she left from India, that day itself, we disconnected from the Sangha because they were using our names and attacking Swamiji, attacking the Sangha. We disconnected completely. Even if, as per Rana's claims, he wanted to trace us using the Adinavasis devices, we are in continuous communication with him on his phone, on his WhatsApp, and on all the social media platforms with him. He could have praised us, like as per his claims on us. But that was not the whole thing they wanted. They were not bothered about it.
It was actually a complete plan to attack Swamiji.
Where Swamiji was.
Yes, strategy used
some kind of an evidence using these devices to frame Swamiji into some case. That was the main focus of these criminal-minded so-called policemen.
And not only that, during these persecutions which we have experienced since 2010, what Ma Prabhat Swami shared now, the moment you even ask them, do you have an ID card? The first time, their main strategy is, you are not cooperating. So once they start repeating that, then you completely back off and you are completely victimized because they just rob you of your fundamental right the moment they enter the campus, that you can't even ask them if they have an ID card and who they are. Even that you cannot question, because they'll slap back a case on you saying you're not cooperating, and they're in a position of power and authority. So they put that fear into you from the time they enter the campus. So you are very afraid that you're going to be slapped back with a case of not cooperating, which is also not true. It is another lie case. But they play that card so cunningly so that you completely steer clear and become a complete victim to them from the time they take over. That is a strategy that they use.
It's different from what is being shown on the TVs and, you know, on these documentaries many YouTubers make, etc., where they show, like, telling, oh, see what happens in the corporate world, see what happens with this, you know, some media channels that take money and do. They show all these things in the name of creating awareness. But when it actually is happening, I used to think it's probably because we are not coming and communicating to people, and people don't know that this is what is really going on. You know, people don't actually will be able to help them. But during this persecution, we're continuously telling every day the so-called victims are both of us. The so-called people who are in danger are both of us. The entire case is revolving, or at least supposed to be revolving, on us. But what we are saying, what statements we are giving, is not going, it's not even taken.
You're right, Ma. Exactly.
Somebody is claiming we are lost and they want to search us, and we are telling we are not kidnapped. Even initially, we even shared our location with the police. But how come it is not even considered? Where is this? And why are people not seeing this?
And how manipulative can they be using our name? They have destroyed. You are all seeing the pictures where the entire Adinam is demolished and broken into pieces. Just using two names of the girls who they are falsely claiming as victims. Because of that, so many sannyasis, Ma Prabha Swaminal, I know that how many, every day we used to go and do community services. Every day there was a group of us dedicated. I still remember, even during my board exams, I knew I could manifest powers and I could do it. And that one reason I remember, still I would have exams in few days, but I was so passionate and so happy with the way we were going and meeting people. Continuously we used to go offer healing, spiritual solutions, do Annadaan. But all of that stopped because of that one Janardhan and the entire manipulation that he has done to the police. Ma Prabhaswami, I actually wanted to ask, how did that day of arrest about like Ma Pranapriya, I remember even Ma Trayaksha and all were sharing on Satsang before that they dragged her along with the bed. Were you there that day, Ma? Because I remember I saw on the media, I saw the news, I did not know how it was a very, I just felt so cheated by the police. Can you share what happened then?
Yes, Ma. It is so painful even to think of that moment. Really, I can just be in tears to think of that moment. How painful to see another sannyasini, a sadhvi who take care of the Balasans, Gurukul, doing service to the community. That's all we did, having the temple. Ma Pranapriya and Ma Priya Tattva, they were already been stretched hours together, questioning them, dragging them to this office, and constantly, they literally hardly had any time to even sleep or eat, because I remember clearly just night before, Ma Priya Tattva was not well, her legs were swollen. I gave her hot pack to keep so that on her, her pain will reduce. And same thing with Ma Pranapriya, she was not well, having fever. What will happen to her body? You know, just stretched too much with day and night harassment. They were there whole night, Ma, not just for daytime, they come and ask and go. Literally day and night, they just took over our campus. And the day of harassing, taking her, they were just suddenly early in the morning. We were still in the room, we were just getting ready for our puja and everything. Loud noise, again male noise in our building, loud. we just don't know what to expect each time, you know. That's just like, God, another thing, running to that. And when I was, by the time rushing to it, literally Ma Priya is in tears telling, I'm not well, just give me a few minutes. And we are telling, give just a few minutes, it's coming, few minutes. They just barged into the office room, the room where she was just resting, just hardly any rest she's getting. They took her with the bed, with the mattress corner, so humiliating. It's just so painful. I've never seen such thing ever. And we were all blocked with all other male, and Rana, I'm telling you, I do not know what so-called police, and he's not giving protection at all. He was just abusing us. Actually, he just brought that Pranaprav with the carried on the bed, literally pushed her, shoved her in the car, Ma. And threw the mattress and just drove them off, pushed Priyatattva also in and pushed them. We literally had to rush behind, jump into the car, who was going where. That was the situation.
It's too disheartening.
And can you imagine the kids are seeing that, Ma?
When you are sharing itself, we can see the pain. I no wonder when this was happening, how the condition would be. When hundreds of men are in the campus, where literally in the female campus, when they are barging and so much harassment is being done. I think there is a lot to share, which we still need to dig. Every day, single day, what was happened in Yogini Sarvangapita need to be told, need to be revealed. We'll be continuing this in further segments so that all our viewers can see that how brutal this attack was. Nithyanandam. Well, summarizing today's satsang, it's going to be very difficult for me right now. I need to watch it at least 10 times to understand what Swamiji shared today. But one thing with Swamiji shared, that the way celebrations of Taipusam is happening around the world, in Malaysia and especially in Tamil Nadu and Malaysia, it was such a joy to see that, you know, the way sharing is happening, sharing of food, sharing of healing. Everything, whatever Swamiji has showered on all of us, sharing it to the world. So many people were fed and got healed through Atmalinga. Yes, not only the food was served, but with all love and compassion. Atmalinga spiritual healing was also given in all our centers, in all the places where Taipusam celebrations was going on. To be a healer, what does it mean when you heal somebody? It's literally a different feeling altogether, because the moment you start healing, the oneness space you go, the oneness space you achieve when you connect to Swamiji, it's such a beautiful feeling that you know Swamiji has literally landed in your body to heal the other person. And through that, through your body, Swamiji is healing, Swamiji is giving that entire energy. That moment, you literally become a deity, because Swamiji is there inside you and healing through the Atmalinga. To become the channel, it's absolutely a different experience. I can say those who have been healing after receiving initiation from Swamiji, or those who are healing with Atmalinga, they can experience that oneness with Swamiji. I think I would like to invite even Ma Nitya Prematmananda Swami to share her experiences, because this is something which all we have to see, that how it happens inside us when we offer, when we heal somebody. Ma Prematma Swami, Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Ma, thank you Ma Bhakti Priyananda. Actually Ma, every day announce and tell all the benefits, wonderful things that Swamiji is giving, and especially about the Atmalinga and the Diksha that Swamiji is giving. And I just want to, take this moment also share how my experience started. See, like in everyday life, I know many new viewers are watching around the world and one going through some problems in life, or some things they want to achieve, or some things they want to manifest in life, but wondering why it is not happening for me, why my life is like this, why there is so much suffering. I have never thought on for anybody, all these kind of things that we feel. But our life is our decision. When I started my journey, before meeting Swamiji, I was, the so-called things, the material things, the so-called success in life was not enough. There's something more deep. There's a deep meaning to life than to getting a job or settling with family. Not enough. There has to be a deeper purpose of life. At which point of time, I came across Nitya Yoga for Enlightenment. I seen the word enlightenment, that just caught me. So I went to that yoga class and I had a very good experience and Nitya Yoga was taught there. At that time, the teacher introduced me to the guru who gave this yoga, Swamiji. Being a Tamil, no way, I don't need guru in my life. This meditation is good, this yoga is good, but I don't want a guru. So I left. And then another opportunity came. I wanted to become a... And again, this yoga teacher told, please go to India, go to Bidadi. This Swamiji is giving this program, 21-day yoga teacher training. And you can attend this, become a yoga teacher there. Anyway, with all my logic, I went to another yoga class or a teacher training in the US. By the end of the training, I realized there is a deeper seeking in me and I really need a guru. But the no I said first to Swamiji, to Guru, I had 1 year, literally roasted by life to really understand the need of a guru. Especially when Paramashiva himself has come as guru, you do not want to take him for granted. So the life, that 1 year, I had to really wait and go through immense tapas to finally get to meet Swamiji. But because of Swamiji's compassion, he made sure I reached him just in time in March of 2009. If he just let me wait, if I had come to know about him only after March of 2010, I believed the stupid media and missed him. Only because of Swamiji's compassion, he caught me right in time. And I was able to, through the persecution, understand, oh my God, this whole media, false, allegations after allegations after allegations. While I'm sitting inside, I'm like, nothing of that sort is happening here. What is this media projecting? And only then I look back to all the allegations of all the Hindu gurus, just because some fellow wants to control, some fellow wants to make some money. God knows what motivation they have. They are playing with my possibility. Thank God, Paramashiva was so compassionate, reach me, or for me to reach him before I heard all this news. This is like in some of the Western countries, you see there is the lobbying by the pharmacy companies where they want to promote a medicine. Because they want to promote a medicine, they want you to believe there is a disease and you should start buying those medicine. They don't care to kill people. It is like that. These people don't care to kill your possibility. While one side I'm sitting and praying, oh my God, oh Muruga, oh Subramanya, please come, this life is enough. How many more thousands of births should I have to take? I know I want enlightenment. And that possibility I might have missed because of some media, some fellow with some vested interest wanting to make money. Thank God, again, because of Swamiji's grace, he saved me. So what I'm trying to say, don't think by our casual decisions of delaying, postponing, thinking I can do something next year. I've seen many people, when we enrich people, many people have told me, Ma, this year I cannot go. I have this commitment, that commitment, I will go next year or 2 years later. But now we do not even get Swamiji's physical darshan. So every thought, every decision that we make so casually about postponing, about thinking, oh, maybe the media is true, or maybe this is not important at this point of my life. While on the other side, we are sitting and praying, please give me a breakthrough in life. Not realizing that Paramashiva himself has come in our life to give that breakthrough. So just wanted to share this today because Swamiji, because of his eternal compassion through the persecutions, continuous persecutions in all different angles, he is making himself available, giving everyday satsang, giving the Diksha into power manifestation, and many, 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 many opportunities. Please do not delay. Please do not miss. Register yourself, experience your possibility. It is nothing that Swamiji is going to gain out of this. But for you to realize your possibility, please do not miss. There is various programs, and every weekend the Diksha into power manifestation is given just for us. A free program available at a center near you, a 2-day program. And if 2 days seem too long, come on Paramashivaratri, February 21st. Through the Shivaratri, that one day, Swamiji gives the Diksha. On the very special day of Paramashivaratri, Paramashiva himself is coming us and giving us this Shiva Diksha. And you do not want to miss, and you do not want to postpone. So please register, and here's a schedule that is being projected on the Paramashivaratri day. What all events is happening. Swamiji himself gives us the Shivaratri message and a Kundalini Dhyan, awakening our Kundalini Shakti, the inner potential that is in each and every one of us. So take this time and register and receive the blessings of Paramashiva, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva. Thank you, Nithyananda.
Thank you so much, Ma. And just want to tell viewers once again, it's a very auspicious occasion of Paramashivaratri, when the happening of Paramashiva has happened. Let us not miss enjoying, celebrating his own presence, because we are his own extensions. And in presence of our beloved Swamiji, it will be just amazing. So don't miss. Sign up for Diksha into Power Manifestation, which is going to happen on the auspicious occasion of Paramashivaratri. Sign up now and receive the Atmalinga, receive Shiva Diksha and Vishesha Diksha. And as Swamiji shared about Taipusam, worldwide, thousands of meals was given in each place, in each of the temple, in 6 places in Malaysia and 6 places in Tamil Nadu. Volunteers literally rushed day and night. They prepared everything and made sure that meals are served. The pure sattvic meals, organic food is served for all the Muruga's devotees, those who have come for his darshan. It was actually just so amazing to see all of them. And not only that, but every center, every place, we had provided Atmalinga spiritual healing for all of them. And constantly, any kind of consult they want, any kind of help, it was provided for by all the devotees. And this was like day, night, it was continuously happening without any break. So all the devotees, like literally they were so excited. And along with that, Mahavakya chanting was constantly happening in that whole center area, so that we are having that Paramashiva's energy. Actually, you can watch all the photos, all the details, all the videos which was captured by devotees when the Taipusam festival was going on and when the serving was happening on our Facebook page. you can visit the Facebook page. Go, must see the way devotees of Muruga, devotees of Kartikeya was served by all the devotees of Paramashiva. That's I can say. So you can visit our Facebook page, and it is a direct effort from Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations. So visit our Facebook page and make sure you are watching all the photos and all the videos. So with this, let us all welcome Swamiji back. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Nithyananda.
Paramashivam Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Nithyananda Paramashivam Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Nithyanandam. So after this powerful process, let us see what Sri Kailasa is offering humanitarian services around the world. As you all heard Swamiji sharing about Taipusam, which is one of the most precious, auspicious day of happening of Muruga, Kartikeya, who happened through Paramashiva's third eye. Paramashiva's all 6 faces when he happened. That day is called Taipusam. Around the world, we celebrate this auspicious festival, especially in Malaysia and Tamil Nadu. And Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for Nutritious Food and Hunger-Free World is continuously making sure that any devotee, any pilgrim who is coming to have darshan of Kartikeya will not go hungry, will not go without having prasadam. So we can see in 6 places, Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for Nutritious Food and Hunger-Free World, in 6 places we offered Annadaan in Malaysia and Atmalinga spiritual healing. People, those who are having physical issues, any kind of problems they are going through Atmalinga, all the people was healed. Apart from that, even Tamil Nadu, 6 places Annadaan was offered and healing was offered. As you can see the page on the screen, this is Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for Nutritious Food and Hunger-Free World. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because there are so many things coming up every day which needs to be uploaded in this page. We are still uploading all the various photos and events which is happening through Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations. So must like and follow the page so that you'll get all the latest updates from Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations. And there are so many other services, so many different programs which Swamiji is offering absolutely free. One which is going to come, which is one of the greatest festival and day for celebration, is Paramashiva, which is going to come on 21st Feb 2020. And at that auspicious day, we are having multiple events. As you can see, Pada Puja is going to happen, Tulavaram is going to happen, special Paramashiva message is going to happen, and Paramashiva Kundalini Dhyan, which is one of the unique initiation, Diksha, which Swamiji gives only on Paramashiva, only on the day of Paramashiva. So don't miss it. Apart from that, we are having one more program which is absolutely free, Diksha into Power Manifestation. Swamiji says when you take Diksha, means when you take Shiva Diksha, Vishesha Diksha, Officially, you are authorized, you are recognized as Shaivite when you get Shiva Diksha. When you get Vishesha Diksha, officially you are initiated to do Shiva Puja. The first one is you are initiated as Shaivite. You are initiated that you have Shaivism. The second one, the Vishesha Diksha, is the initiation in doing puja to Shiva, to Paramashiva as per the Agamas, which is called Shiva Puja. And along with that, you receive the very Atmalinga, which is Devi, Shiva, and Guru's energy, all three put together. Paramashiva in the physical form is the Atmalinga. So don't miss the opportunity on Paramashivaratri, receiving Diksha into power manifestation. Immediately sign up. Don't miss it. That's all I wanted to say today. And with this, let us all get ready for the further segment, which is power manifestation directly from Sri Kailasa Courtyard. If you have any question, any feedback, you can reach out to us through our website, which is www.kailasa.org, and you can come over the live chat option and share all your views and all your feedbacks and all the questions. And of course, you can even email us, which is contact@kailasa.org. With this, see you all tomorrow. Don't forget, satsang timing is 7 a.m. IST. So if you have still missed, don't miss it now. Make your time available, make yourself free at 7 a.m. IST onwards, so that you are not missing the live satsang. Swamiji is coming live every single day. So see you all tomorrow on the same channel, 7 a.m. IST. Thank you for watching us. See you, Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam, let's start. Let's sit straight, visualize Bhagavan in third eye, and start with the Sadguru Vandanam, the power manifestation session. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvadidam Gaganasadasham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvade Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, welcome to Sri Kailasa Courtyard Manifesting Power Session. Such a strong satsang and different dimension, different possibility that Swamiji has beautifully explained how something part of us, something part of the consciousness, the entity or the body, which is forgotten, the easiness, that literally forms the karma. And how the length, breadth, depth, dimensions, time dimension, kala dimension, how each one in the beautiful easiness takes the next dimension and starts multiplying itself more and more intensely to reach the beautiful space of oneness with Paramashiva. The more and more we understand these higher cognitions and start living these cognition, we start really enjoying the easiness and the ananda inside us. And so beautifully Swamiji says, the mind stops disturbing us when we are in such a bliss. If you're in a deep sleep, even the sound around you will not disturb you. Anything is going on, you will be in such a deep sleep. Even in the war field, even people are amputated, they are in the deep sleep. Nothing matters in them. Like that, the beautiful space of easiness in us, the ananda in us, which starts happening from the easiness, multiplies itself in making the reality what we want, and not your whatever we understand as the outer world, which is a delusion and illusionary reaction. Assumptions is what we are doing constantly. When we step out of these reactions, assumptions from this world, and start living in the easiness in us, the beautiful space in us, and start celebrating Paramashiva, Swamiji is manifesting in everything in us, we will start understanding the higher reality. More and more living in these higher cognition, everything becomes so beautiful and so clear how Swamiji is giving us these great truths, which becomes a reality in us when we start being in the meditation initiation process that he gives. He gives the powerful cognition, makes us understand, and gives us beautiful techniques to imbibe these great truths, and initiates us to start living in these beautiful truths. How Kala is not something which is past, present, future, but Kala is happening right now, and it is only constant. How he says it doesn't move. In the now, everything happens. Even in the past, we have to bring it to this now and experience that. Even if it is future, you can only understand it in the now. So beautifully he explains how Kala is something which is happening in now, which is constant, the Nithya in us. Again and again, we experience the Nithya in us, which is the reality and which keeps everything alive and living. Such beautiful cognition Swamiji has given today. With that, let's start the Shastra Pramana.
The Shastra Pramana is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 50, Dharana 27. Sarvatah swasharirasya dvadashante manolayat dridha buddhe dridhi bhutam tatvalaksham pravartate. Sarvatah swasharirasya dvadashante manolayat dridha buddher dridhi bhutam tatvalaksham pravartate.
So beautifully here in Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 50, Dharana 27, Swamiji gives a clear understanding from all sides. Take one Dvadashanta in your body, such a center between your two eyebrows. Just dissolve your mind in the third eye with a strong, constant, restful awareness. That the person who does this Dhrida Buddhi, this is Dhrida Buddhi. the one who's established in the firm strength of undivided awareness, just like a flame undisturbed by air. To him, the characteristics of existential reality of the supreme consciousness appear and manifest firmly, which does not subside at all. How beautifully Swamiji says the Kala is not linear as we think. It is something happening right now. The more we start living these dimensions in us, more the reality in us, it dissolves the mind into the third eye. The Dvadashanta is where we connect to the consciousness, the Paramashiva space, and constantly living these higher truth is the Drida Buddhi. The 4 words that is used: strong, constant, restful awareness. Restful awareness, Swamiji calls the easiness, and strong, constant. Understanding that easiness is the beautiful space that we enjoy every day, the ananda that happens out of the easiness, living in that space continuously with the Drida Buddhi, that is our space. It is not the outer world where we have the reactionary assumptions. Living these truths is so important to crack and understand the higher cognition to wake us up. Otherwise, the death wakes us up. Swamiji says the power of death reboots us again and again to make us understand this consciousness. If we are not ready to start living this whole consciousness in the physical body when we are alive, then we get solidified so much that we have to only reboot the whole system. Yes, Swamiji beautifully says, if suicide is like no computer hanging, it just has no way to go anywhere. It's a virus which is getting affected. But the death reboots the system. Again, we can start from scratch. But if we can live these beautiful easiness deeply in every dimension of us, simply it intensifies and gets into the next space of breath. If we understand each of our dimension, the Kala, again and again living that, there is no past, no present, no future, but Kala is happening right now. Swamiji beautifully says the Kala is what is inside the unit which is measuring as time. The unit is like a Zoom room. It has a number, that's all. How we have the date, zones, if you take a flight number, it is only the flight number, but it's not what it is inside the flight. Inside the flight, people are there. Like that, we living the Kala, again and again, bringing ourselves to the present moment, living the awareness, living the constant easiness in us, rather than getting deluded in all the actions which are happening continuously around us as our reality. Only the actions which are happening around us is just a perception of us, because we perceive it in that way, which is selected ideas from our depression. When we celebrate depression, then that is what we see as a reality. When we see frustration, we see that as a reality. And that is the one thing which is seen by us. But that is our decision to live in those life, those areas, those space. If we decide to let go those as our dream and start living the consciousness, the body and the mind has forgotten the conscious space in us. Again and again, we bringing that conscious space in us, Drida Buddhi. Again and again, we bringing it back, being a warrior and bringing it back and living that easiness in everything. That is bringing us the bliss. That is the only truth. Whatever is happening outside us is not reality. again and again living in the beautiful space of oneness and experiencing the Kala, the ultimate dimension in us. Now let's go to the instruction today for the power of intuition. Such a beautiful space Swamiji has created for us to understand the Dvadashanta in us. Now we're going to write the intuition of what is going to happen from the space of easiness and Ananda. Again and again, you can just predict whatever is going to happen, like how you know in a movie when you are so intensely watching that whatever we're going to really predict, like that, you will simply know. You can take a piece of pen and paper, next 24 hours, what all is going to happen. Even if you write something completely new, you will simply see it happen if you are in the Dvadashanta, again and again unclutched from this world and starting to intensify your dimensions in you by being constantly in the easiness as your ultimate space and not get deluded by the outer world's words, actions, or whatever people say. Bring them back and start bringing to the listening of you and start living from the space. Hey, Swamiji is listening to this. Swamiji is making a decision. Swamiji is giving us this clarity. Wherever you are unclutching and getting into these great truths, you will start understanding that the world is only our selective reality, but this Ananda is continuously happening. And from that easiness and Ananda space, everything gets manifested as you wanted and not interfering with what is happening in the outer world. Now let's get into the meditation. Let's sit straight, visualize Bhagavan in the third eye, continuously contemplate what Swamiji said about the karma, which is a forgotten part. We decided to forget. We can awaken it by deciding not to forget the space in us. Yes, karma is like how the orbits and the sun is. Every minute we wanted to decide to be in the center, in the easiness and Ananda. We are pulled into each orbit like our patterns and our incompletions, and it keeps on going till we realize, oh my God, again we are in the orbit of some patterns, some struggle, and pull ourselves back to satsang and Swamiji and again start living from the space of easiness. It is our decision. The Kala dimension that Swamiji says opens up to the next reality. How length, breadth, depth gets intensified when you start manifesting, when you start understanding the easiness in everything. In the length, when we are in the easiness, we intensify into breadth. When we intensify that same easiness in the breadth dimension, we intensify when we are emotionally perfectly fine. If something happens in our dream, we are not disturbed. Same way, when we are not disturbed in this dimension, we simply intensify into the depth dimension, powerful cognition. And when powerful cognition makes us understand the reality that easiness is the ultimate reality, that we need to continuously pull ourselves back into the center of us, the Nithya in us. again and again, pulling us back to the constant, which is Nitya in us. We understand the powerful cognition intensifies and breaks open into the Kala dimension, which puts us in the power of now, continuously living in the present, not getting diluted, or depressed and continuously having the other conversation, but bringing us back to the power of now and experiencing the power and space of the now, which we can experience as Nitya. Continuously intensifying all these space and living will make us open to the higher reality, like how Swamiji beautifully says, when you're in the first floor, you're struggling for a parking lot. When you go to 7th floor, everything looks so fine, and in a second you can even figure out where is the parking lot in a lakhs of car. Same thing, when you start raising yourself and being in the center again and again, and being in the easiness, continuously, whatever happens outside, making a sankalpa, a decision to be only in the space of Nitya, the constant in you, and understanding that Swamiji is manifesting, Swamiji is even understanding these things, and Swamiji is living through us continuously as ourselves, will open up into the new dimensions of Nitya itself. So now take a pen and paper, contemplate on these inside your space, and start chanting the Mahavakya so intensely that literally the Shanta simply connects to the ultimate space of oneness and manifest your reality. Whatever is our reality, let's pen down whatever Swamiji shows, pen down. And after the Mahavakya, you can share all these things. Let's sit for meditation. Let's sit with your back, neck, and head in a straight line. And visualize Swamiji in your third eye. Continuously contemplate on these great truths that Swamiji has given with a beautiful space of oneness, entangle Shakti Pada inside you, how Swamiji's darshan we just had, the initiation, hold only that space continuously inside you. And whatever action you do, make it intense in your action. Laziness and boredom will never break your mind. Only intense action, continuous intense action in everything. Get involved in everything and much more every single day, and continuous action that Swamiji
Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. Om Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam.
Nithyanandam, such a beautiful space of powerful cognition, initiation, and power manifestation. It's literally living in Sri Kailasa every day and experiencing Swamiji as the ultimate again and again, enjoying the whole presence of Swamiji manifesting in all of us. Thousands of people every day come in and manifest these great powers and share with the world. And so many have benefited through this satsang. And go ahead and share the satsang, share these power manifestation again and again. The enriching Swamiji beautifully explains how when we speak into our listening is when we are speaking to others. When you're contributing to others, this great science, you are speaking into your listening. Again and again explaining to others and making them understand this higher reality is when you have shifted your space inside you. Because it is your reality, your perception, which is reflected in them. So if you experience the easiness in everything that is there, living constantly in Nitya space and experiencing the Ananda which happens in you as the ultimate space will simply make you cause into any other person you meet. Going on causing others to understand this great reality is the ultimate liberation for us. It's like the food is served, now we have to eat and we have to start experiencing the food. So only if we raise ourselves to sharing and contributing and enriching and living and cherishing that constantly. If you see the great Munis, Siddhas, Rishis, constantly they sing, dance and celebrate the space of easiness and Ananda, the highest reality in them. And that space, when they celebrate, simply other persons around them get caused to see how amazing and how beautiful and how happy and in bliss these people are. When you experience that and when you decide to live that, only then people get cast into the higher reality. Deciding to live in that higher space again and again and again, and such a beautiful in oneness, and sharing that with others. By living that, you share it. And share it in all your experiences and whatever you manifested through your intuition. Please go ahead and share it in Sri Kailasa Kotiyar Manifesting Power Group and share the page with the world and inviting them for satsang. More and more new groups go on talking to new people and tell them how powerful, how beautiful Swamiji is taking step by step into the higher reality, and all of you experiencing that and making the ultimate outer world also successful. Only when you start making a clone of you, you are evolving into the next. Swamiji beautifully said, if you are expanding yourself into many, only then the whole, the Nitya space in you is manifested in again and again around you. Otherwise, we are getting only into the more and more depression and more into so solidified that we are not able to break, and finally death has to remove that whole space and reboot us. Instead, we making a clone of us and contributing to others' life constantly as Swamiji would do, not even that we are doing, again and again surrendering to his space will make us happen the higher reality. And giving the signs to the kids right from young age that all how they can live in this beyond the karma, intensifying the length, breadth, depth and time, simply manifest their space component. If they learn the science right from young age, they are going to be enlightened civilization, saving this planet Earth for a next dimension. These enlightened kids that Swamiji is grooming personally through all these e-gurukuls is the ultimate gift that Swamiji has given for the planet Earth. Don't forget to enroll your kids in enlightened kids. And if you like to engage yourself 2 hours per week, you can register in Acharya registration new so that you can enjoy that Gurukul space in you. Again and again, he gives the ultimate possibility for us to experience the great reality. So with that, let's surrender all this powerful cognition and the power manifestation to Swamiji's lotus feet with a deep prayer and in deep gratitude to request Swamiji to make all these cognition as our existential reality. Again and again, being in the prayerful space is the only way to be in the beautiful space of speaking to Swamiji continuously and experiencing the easiness that Swamiji is taking care of everything around us and being only in the beautiful space of him and continuously manifesting our life. With that, let's visualize Bhagavan in the third eye and chant the Purna Mantra to end the session. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Nithyanandam, thank you so much. Thank you, Swamiji. Such a beautiful day. So let's start with this easiness in everything and let's bring more and more people to the satsang to experience more easiness in the world. Thank you, Nithyanandam.